Being a hairy young woman, I was never comfortable, so I didn't participate. Always trying to keep it hidden. Growing my beard was an incredible experience. Needless to say, I don't miss these at all.
When the doctor took us to one side to give us the results, the one thing he said to us was that he was sorry. I'll never know what he was sorry for.
My life wouldn't be the same without them. Try to jump over it! Woo. Yay!
What others thought was a curse is such a blessing to me now.
It's important to love who you are.
So for about 28 years, I shaved daily. Shaved my face daily. I was 13 the first time I started shaving. It was just my sideburns, and I quickly realized I would have to shave every day. It grows really fast, and yeah, stubble could be seen the next day. The whole thing was exhausting, trying to keep it hidden and removing it.
For her entire adult life, Rose has endured excessive hair growth on her face, arms, and chest.
I didn't tell anyone that I was growing all this hair until I was about 15 or 16. My mom noticed, and we had to have a little talk about it. They all knew. It was just sort of an unspoken thing because no one wanted to make me uncomfortable.
It's something I think she kind of hid and did on the sly for a while that I noticed and never really addressed or brought up to her. Maybe for her comfort level and my own.
I don't think my parents knew how to support me when they found out about my shaving and excessive hair. My mom took me to see a doctor, and I was placed on birth control pills and another medication, but it wasn't really effective.
Although Rose has never been diagnosed with a specific condition, she does have an idea about what might be causing her body hair.
Well, I do have many symptoms of polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I wouldn't be surprised if I had an official diagnosis if I saw a doctor today. And genetics, I think it played into it, so a combination.
Her school years were a particularly difficult time for Rose.
She didn't want to do regular things that young people do. It's summertime, you're going to the beach or you're going to the river to swim. Gatherings were difficult for her.
Being a hairy young woman, I didn't feel like I fit in with my peers. Always trying to keep it hidden, even though I don't think they noticed. Again, it was me. I was always my harshest critic. Because of my hair, I didn't really get into clothes or makeup or hair or anything like that. I was very girly, so I didn't participate that way with my friends, so I was a little bit of an outcast that way in school.
I find it interesting looking back in these pictures because even though I'm smiling, the smile is not there like it is now. This was a common tactic, wearing scarves up high, trying to hide because we'd been driving. I hadn't been shaving. I would dread our family vacation because I knew that everyone would be frolicking on the beach and having a great time, and I would always be too self-conscious to really let go and have a good time.
And her appearance also affected Rose's confidence with boys.
Revealing my body hair in a new relationship was, of course, very scary and difficult, but I was lucky enough and had some understanding partners in my early 20s. And it was more of an issue for me, just being self-conscious and that worry of revealing myself to someone and being rejected for my hair. Even my first boyfriend could relate. He had family members that suffered as well, so.
For years, Rose tried many things to stop her hair showing.
I tried laser hair removal with no success. Depending on how long it had been since I shaved last, I'd have to scissor trim. And I would, of course, use the electric razor on my chest just to kind of keep things under control. A daily habit was in a tiny mirror with tweezers, individually plucking tiny hairs. It was not fun, but a nightly ritual, necessary. I could shave in the morning and you could see my shadow by 3 in the afternoon, something like that.
Eventually, by the age of 38, she had had enough.
Needless to say, I don't miss these at all. I had been considering growing my beard for about a year and got to the point where my skin really could not take shaving another day. Irritated, and I was emotionally drained from trying to hide it every day and feeling like I was failing miserably. Through social media, I met a few people in the bearded community. They were very welcoming as soon as I put myself out there, offering support and encouragement and sharing their stories. To see these women living their lives as normal as they want to be was a great inspiration. They've opened my eyes to the beauty of self-acceptance. Couldn't have done it without them. Growing my beard was an incredible experience, very difficult daily, emotionally and physically. I had to fight the urge to shave.
Now living openly with a full beard, Rose has no regrets.
I definitely feel feminine since I've grown my beard, and it has very little to do with physical appearance. It seemed like a natural thing. That's who I am. There's no fighting it, there's no changing it. It's all about my attitude, giving myself the freedom to be exactly who I am. Because of that, I definitely feel womanly. I feel sexy and sensuous.
And her family and friends have noticed big changes as well.
Socially, she seems to be more comfortable going out in public with a full beard than she was with a shaven face where the stubble, it was like carrying a secret that wasn't really a secret. And you either accept it and like it or not, but there it is. And I think that's a good way to be.
Looks nice in here. I like your Christmas decorations.
I think the beard is really awesome. It's way better than my husband's beard.
So you guys went shopping yesterday, Christmas shopping. Did you get what you needed? Have you been making buttons?
She just seems so much more free. She seems less oppressed to me. She seems to celebrate her femininity. I just see a lot of confidence. Something about the self-acceptance that she's taking on lately has really made her blossom.
Oh, it's kind of cute, huh?
I think it's really cute. I have one similar to it.
Nice. I like the stripes myself.
Oh, I'll turn. Those pants.
Now Rose is owning her unique appearance. People are keen to get to know her.
I have had people approach me in public and just want to meet me and shake my hand and tell me they think I'm brave or courageous or even inspirational.
I definitely think Rose is an inspiration for doing this. My daughters and I have had a few conversations about body positivity and using Rose as a sort of a jumping off point for the conversation.
The biggest issue is being called sir or man in public, but I have not been called names or questioned. What are you going to say to the woman that has the courage to grow a beard that's not going to make you look and feel like an idiot?
I think if I had that much hair, I probably would go with it. The reality is many men find it attractive, and not simply just people who have beard fetishes. People are very accepting. She's found that it's literally the opposite of what she ever thought.
In fact, Rose has received lots of attention from men online.
Some get a little carried away, marriage proposals, offering plane tickets to come visit so they can be in the same room with me, inappropriate pictures, you name it. Of course, it's really flattering to get this attention from men who just suddenly, after 28 years of being told I didn't have anything to offer, and in fact what I had was a detriment, to be told that it's actually an asset and the one thing that they just live for. It was very exciting. It would be really nice to be with a beard lover. But ultimately, I want what everybody else wants, somebody to love me for me.
I think it takes a lot of courage to be who you really are and do what makes you really happy. Being able to kind of look past judgment and look past stares, I think that's the most courageous thing that anybody can do.
Living with a beard and all of my body hair is becoming so normal. At times I forget, and that's lovely. It's like a whole new life. It really is a whole new life. Giving myself the freedom to express myself, even if it means failure or feeling uncomfortable or looking a little silly. It's worth it. Hopefully finding happiness.
Quite cute.
More? Go on then. More higher?
Yeah.
Okay, go on then. Oh! Oh!
They're a bit annoying. But mostly I love playing with them and reading with them, jumping on the trampoline. I just like doing everything with them.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
When the girls were first born, they were quite premature, in neonatal for 4 weeks before one of the doctors approached us and said that the girls were displaying signs of Down syndrome. Now, I'll always openly admit that, we were quite, I suppose I would say, ignorant to what Down syndrome was. I never personally knew anybody that had Down syndrome, so I was devastated.
I don't think any of us will ever forget that day. The whole world had ended. Life was not how we'd planned it.
While the odds of having identical twins are around 1 in 250, the odds of having identical twins with Down syndrome are 1 in a million.
Is that a good number 4? Can you do me a number 3?
Mummy! I'm doing
Nearly.
Probably started a grieving process for the children that we thought we were going to have, and the children that we possibly now did have, and tried to educate ourselves a bit about what the future held for having 2 children who had Down syndrome. So within a few days, the results came back. When the doctor took us to one side to give us the results, the one thing he said to us was that he was sorry that Abigail and Isabel both had Down syndrome, and to this day, I'll never know what he was sorry for. And I think if I could ever meet him again, I'd like to show him Abigail and Isabel and kind of say, why did you say sorry? Because, we wouldn't change Abigail and Isabel for the world now.
The girls have brought us together massively as a unit, but also made us appreciate the here and now.
Mummy?
Yes.
What's that? Mummy back.
Mummy's face? Okay.
Down syndrome is caused by an extra copy of chromosome 21. As well as the physical characteristics, it carries with it varying levels of learning difficulties, as well as a higher risk of disability, including congenital heart defects, hearing loss, and eye diseases.
Down syndrome means I have to help my sisters a bit more than if I had sisters with not Down syndrome, because they will be able to learn quicker than my sisters. So with Down syndrome, it's a bit harder. Can I use the green, Abby? Yeah.
He is very mature for a 7-year-old. He moans about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning with her. But bless him, he'll get up, he puts them on the toilet, he brushes their teeth, he'll go into their bedroom, he'll read them a book, he watches the telly with them. He is really, really, really good with them.
Abby, get in the middle. You ready?
Obviously, they have a lot more hospital appointments and routine checkups, but in terms of anything else, apart from the hospital appointments, 2 children with Down syndrome, 2 children without, life's no different. Everything just takes a little bit longer.
I don't care biologically about the girls. I don't care how many chromosomes they've got. I was more interested, will they walk, will they talk, will they interact? I've learned that there is no difference between them and Finn, other than the speed at which they're developing. They try so hard, and their persistence is amazing.
1, 2.
And as Abigail and Isabel have grown, they have flourished.
Put your hand up if you want sausage butties.
The girls have now turned 5, and I would say that the only thing that's changing is that life's getting easier, life's getting better. You know, they've learned to walk now. You know, they do try and dress themselves and one thing and another.
But the biggest decision for Jodie and Matt was what to do about the girls' education.
Would they go to a mainstream school, or would they go to sort of a special needs school? And ultimately we made the decision for them to go to a mainstream school with their big brother. And that was the best decision we've ever made, because they're doing absolutely fantastic.
I said from the day dot that we weren't just going to fester as a family and wait for things to happen. Their progress will be slower, but we will still set them goals. We will still push them to achieve.
Yeah. Yes, they look beautiful.
Yeah.
The girls' speech improves daily. They can both say their own names, Mummy, Daddy, Finn. And I think the longer you spend with them, the easier they are to understand. But they're working really close with his speech and language at school. So we are hoping, there's no reason why, sort of in time, that their speech won't be, you know, really, really clear.
Inspired by their 1 in a million twins, the Parrys set up a charity with a very special name.
So we went with Twincess because obviously they're twins and princesses. It's a celebration of Down syndrome, and it's just to kind of dispel any myths that come with Down syndrome. The amount of people that have openly admitted to us that they thought that they perhaps wouldn't go through with a pregnancy if they knew that their child had Down syndrome. And now they would look at that differently because they've seen that there is nothing to be scared of, because they make everybody laugh, they make everybody smile. So I just think it's just lack of education. And I think also lack of education from the professionals as well as a big impact. Like the doctor saying to us, he was sorry.
Thank you, Mummy. Thank you. There we go. Oh, what happened?
While no one knows what the coming years might have in store for Isabel and Abigail, they'll have the full support of Jodie, Matt and Finn.
There she is.
The future challenges are obviously the social ones. Do they live with us forever? I don't think that would be appropriate. Not from our point of view, I'd have them living with us forever, but I think they need their own lives. I think their independence is so important.
You finished first.
I'm not going to say we've got great expectations and, you know, we think they'll be the first person with Down syndrome to be a chartered accountant or anything like that. As long as they're given a chance.
Backhand being smacked as you walk past. No, stop smacking Mum.
They will achieve, we'll make sure they achieve, and we will give them every support in achieving. I'm enjoying my life far, far too much to think about hurdles. As a hurdle appears, we'll deal with it. But at this time, I'm just living for today.
Right. Cuddle. Oh. The one thing I've learned about Down syndrome is that life with Down syndrome is a life worth living. There's just nothing in the world that could convince me to change them to. Just wouldn't change them for the world.
I've learned that what I knew before about Down syndrome was wrong.
My life wouldn't be the same without them. For the Mom.
I don't ever have to walk into a party and feel like somebody's gonna be there looking like me. They might have on the same dress as me, but they'll never look like me.
First of all, I'm falling right here.
I look so different from everybody else. It's not just my vitiligo, it's the fact that, you know, I always have different hair or I have really cool makeup, or it's just something about me that is intriguing to other people. And that's the best part about being who I am. I'm a conversation starter, and I like that.
Vitiligo affects the pigmentation of the skin, and having it puts Tanisha in just 1% of the world's population.
Vitiligo is described as melanin deficiency, and so what happens, your body starts to deplete itself from its melanin, and you start to develop white patches. It's important to embrace our uniqueness because that's who we are. I think it's important for other people to see that with me having vitiligo, it doesn't stop me from achieving any goals, anything that I want to do in life. It doesn't stop me from going anywhere. It doesn't stop me from having the life or the things that I want to have in it, or being around the people that love me. What others thought was a curse is such a blessing to me now.
However, Tanisha wasn't always this confident.
I've had vitiligo since I was 5 years old, so I didn't know that I looked different. Too different, until I got to middle school and people made me realize I looked really different. It was difficult because I just wanted to be what everybody considered normal. I just wanted to be myself, and people made that difficult. As a kid, the names that people would call me would be, of course, Dalmatian, because that's spotted. Zebra, which has stripes, which is crazy because I don't have stripes. People used to try to use those terms to hurt me. And I don't know why. I'm like, I think I'm a pretty cool person. Why do you want to hurt me? You're different. And because I don't understand it, I'm gonna talk about you. So, school was difficult, and I actually hated school for that reason. I'm the only one in my family that has it, only one of my friends that have it. My whole thought was, why me? Why did this have to happen to me? I spent a lot of time wearing makeup, hiding behind the makeup. I did not want people to see me the way that I was because I was so shy and so insecure, and I didn't want people to react negatively, I guess.
It was only after becoming a mother that Tanisha began to accept herself fully.
That's when I started to really embrace who I was, because now I had come into the person that I was gonna be, having vitiligo, and that's what I wanted.
My mom has taught me about beauty to just be myself. My mom has taught me that beauty is about what is in the inside.
Now she works as a makeup artist, Tanisha has found that her relationship with makeup has changed.
I use makeup to cover up, but now I just wear it just because I love it. So I like to wear very loud, bright colors, or, eyeshadows and lipsticks. And I think it's very beneficial for people to be able to experience that type of freedom within themselves, to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna wear this pink eyeshadow and this red lipstick, and I'm gonna be as creative as possible, and I'm gonna have fun with it.
Tanisha now hopes to help others by sharing inspirational images and encouraging quotes on Instagram, posting under the name Vitiligo Queen. And she's using her makeup skills to help others too.
I volunteer with the American Cancer Society. They're going through this very traumatic thing, and they're using makeup to help them be more self-expressive and to make them feel comfortable and to feel good. And I show other people how to experiment with it so that they can also feel comfortable. However, regardless of what they're wearing it for, embrace yourself, love yourself, support yourself, and be kind to you.
But as accepting as Tanisha is of herself, one thing still remains a bit of a mystery to her.
Men are weird with me. They're either like, they'll tell me that I'm beautiful, or they shout things. And so he said, how come you not my wife? I said, well, sir, just met you today, kinda don't know you. And he said, you look so good, I wanna bite you. Weird stuff happens to me like that. Embracing my uniqueness has gotten me where I am right now. It's important to love who you are. So that way, it's easier for other people to love you.
Whether they love you or not, you still love yourself. That's why it's important.